Alrighty then, I haven't done a film or television review, breakdown, criticism in a while, and I'm deciding to do one now. Right now I'm on episode 6 of The Mandalorian. As I am enjoying these episodes, I thought to myself, wow, these episodes are better than the last 6 Star Wars films. Minus Rogue One. Okay? All within the Skywalker saga. This is better than. Up until this point, I'm into it. This episode, I'm at 25 minutes. I had to pause to drop this while this is hot in my head. Without dropping any spoilers, in case you haven't seen it, the Mandalorian is in charge of a child. Set that up, and I will come back to that. He has this quote unquote, at least from my perspective, he's supposed to have this background, and a motto regarding not allowing anyone to see his face and all this other stuff, things that make up his character. He's been doing this for quite some time. I'm not sure of what his age is, but you can tell that his reputation precedes him based on the missions in the very beginning that he's taken on. With that said, my flaw with this is, and now I'm catching it in episode 6 and going back to 5, he's not very fucking smart. And I don't understand why you had a potential to write this character as being smart. And you didn't. And I don't see it as a flaw. I see him as very stupid. And I'll explain why. Okay. With this background that I just kind of sort of explained, I'm sitting here watching this, saying to myself, you would think that you can smell criminals from a mile away because you catch criminals. Between episodes 5 and now watching 6, he's dealing with criminals. And he can't tell that they're criminals. What I mean is, in episode 5, this younger bounty hunter wants to team up with him. And he's looking for someone, and the Mandalorian explains to him, like, you must be new because this person here is a mercenary. And she'll flip your wig back if you going out there by yourself. So he goes, the young upstart's like, well, that's why I'm asking for your help. I just really want to get this person so I can get into the guild. There's a bounty hunters guild per se, right? So they proceed to chase this person down. And all the while I'm thinking that it's going to be some sort of screw job. Won't spoil that. But just the concept of, so basically you want to cheat in order to get into this guild. Because that's what you're doing. And that's, to me, in this business, it's a criminal act. Or even on this show, it's a criminal act. Because, you're misleading an organization that you're about to join in order to chase more criminals. And you don't have a clue as to realistically what the hell you're doing as this young upstart. Because you're hiring the Mandalorian to do your dirty work so you can get into the guild. Right? That's one criminal. You watch the show for yourself. Tell me, what do you think? In episode 5. Now I move to 6. He gets a call from an old friend to do a job. Off the jump, the guy does not tell him that he needs his ship in order to do this job. It's a red flag for me. Outside of the fact that you cast the fat guy that I always see as the goddamn villain, so I already know, yeah, what's up. Then he introduces him to Jack Skellington slash Billy Corgan slash Bill Burr, and then some other dude that's a fake Hellboy, and they're both mouthy and troublesome. So I'm like, wait a minute. So this is when the flag went. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, bro, you can't tell that you're hooking up with criminals? And then it made me think back to 5. Like, you just left a criminal. Now you hooking up with more criminals. And then there's a girl that's from the past. She's part of this team. So the fat dude who didn't tell you that, hey, I really needed you for this ship, for this job that we're about to pull off. Red flag. Sounds fishy. Then this girl comes up who he obviously has a past with, pops up as part of this rogue team, and then they're trying to pull off this job to break out some criminal that's in a prison. So you're working with criminals to catch a criminal, and you knew that you should have stepped out. Now, I bring back the first thing that I said in the very beginning. You have a child with you. They're using your ship with the child on the ship. Then you have a earlier criminal from episode 5. And because you need bread, you team up with him, and I can kind of understand that. But before he teamed up with him, he walked into the cantina ready to work a regular job. So as I'm watching, I'm like, dude, like, why are you effing around with them? Go work at a goddamn Aldi's. Keep your Mandalorian stuff on and go pack bags or work the register or stock the shelves. Whatever it is that they have in this galaxy. Like, your whole concept of this, without giving up too much, he's supposed to be low key. Why are you taking jobs that are gonna like raise red flags? And it's set up in a way where you know, the child is always at risk. And the child is at risk because of the ish that the Mandalorian chooses to do. The only one that's loyal, as far as being somewhat of a bounty hunter, is the character played by Gina Carano. So, I mean, like, you can know when to choose her and sniff her out when you walked into the cantina or the eatery and that episode and teamed up with her. But you can't tell if this young kid is going to cheat his way into the guild. So you team up with him, and then you get with these band of criminals just to advance the story. Jon Favreau, you got to do a better job. Let's just keep it 1,000. You got to do a better job, man. Come on. Least you could have done is made the character smarter and then put him in situations that he does not know whatsoever. These situations that he's in, you know what I'm saying? He has to know. These situations, he has to know. Come on. Then they break the person out in episode 6, and it's another dude with a beef. Then they're trying to escape, and this is kind of where I paused. And like I said, I'm not giving away spoilers. Just that's minor. And they find out that basically they pulled something on the Mandalorian, which I knew they were going to do. And now they get the prisoner out, and they have to get off this ship. That they basically is a floating prison that is ran by the New Republic, right? The mode, the mode, the concept, the scheme was get on the ship, which is supposed to be run by robots, droids, get him off, break him out the prison, and get off. Why is it they break this fool out? They're trying to get off something happens and the guy that they break out goes, "You two separate, go kill the Mandalorian." Shouldn't your job just be, we need to get the off of this prison ship? Why are you worried about the Mandalorian at this point when he is not immediately standing in front of you and you're at risk? They have about 10 minutes to get off of this ship, and you're talking about splitting up and having someone go kill somebody else. No, whatever, you know what? I don't care about dude. We just all need to get off. That's it. And whatever revenge. So basically, it just seems like you pulled this heist just to get back at somebody. That's kind of the way it feels. Which, it was going so good. The show was going so good. I'm very anal when it comes to shit like this, man. That's why for anyone that's listened to any of the rest, I'm anal when it comes to construction of plot. And they fucked up. And that's all I'll say for right now until I finish the rest of it, because I only have 2 more episodes to go. So I might as well just go out with a bang and just come up with some more tomfoolery that they're going to pull. But Jon Favreau, you fucked up. Okay, I'm in the very last episode of The Mandalorian. This is episode 8. And I'm 7 minutes, 30 seconds in. I'm a little confused, I guess, but I still have a question. Okay. The Mandalorian in episode 7 is calling his sidekick, whose name I cannot remember. He's in charge of the child. The goal is for him to get back to their ship, take the child, and skedaddle. Correct? Apparently, 2 stormtroopers out of the multitude of stormtroopers that they have, based off of what I'm seeing in this shot, you see one stormtrooper listening in his ear as if he's intercepted this beacon. They seem like the only 2 stormtroopers, or he or she or the trooper itself, is the only one out of the multitude of troopers that got this signal. And then the 2 stormtroopers on motorbikes zip off to go stop the character's name, who I cannot remember, from getting to the ship with a child. Okay, so that means that no one else gets this signal. I don't know what makes these 2 stormtroopers special, and I don't even know how they're the only 2 that can intercept this call. Okay, it's beyond me. Never explained. So now we have some Darth whatever character that Giancarlo Esposito is portraying, and he never introduces himself as of yet. In this last episode, from the 7th episode to the 8th, he's making a big entrance and he's talking grand and for a little bit as we cut back to this race to stop this child. Stop the character from getting the child on the ship. Okay. They're able to get the child. Sorry, this is a bit of a spoiler, so I'll give you seconds if you haven't seen this to turn this radio down. Turn your radio down. Turn your audio down. Okay, I'm talking through it. You can turn it down by now. Okay, we're bringing this back up. The troopers foil the plan. Get the child back. Grab the child, put it in a knapsack. I don't know whose idea this was, because now let's keep in mind, they're calling this a child. Okay? But these 2 one stormtrooper in particular is beating the hell out of the child that is in the knapsack. a la child abuse. Now, keep in mind, you wrote this in the script. This is what you put in. You thought that this would be whatever. Okay? That's all right. So now, as those two troopers, they're parked on their little motorbikes with the child in the pouch. And they are signaling in via intercom. What are we doing? Oh, no. Okay, you're supposed to stay there until Darth whatever lets us know. Okay? We cut back to right now where I'm paused at, all right? There's more that happens, but, I want you to watch it. But we come back now to this quote-unquote standoff that it looks like somebody wrote, like, oh, this should be like the Guns of Navarone or whatever, right? This big Western standoff. Mandalorian, Gina Carano's character with Carl Weathers. Outside, a multitude of stormtroopers and Darth Esposito. Right? So they have them trapped. And they're trying to figure out how they're going to get out. Oh, is there this tunnel? Meanwhile, now keep in mind I said there's a multitude of stormtroopers with Darth Esposito outside of this building. For the life of me, I'm confused or tripping out because I can't understand if you just had the stormtroopers radio comm in to what they're going to do. And obviously, they've explained that they have the child with them. They were told to stay there until Darth Esposito gives the signal. That's what I'm thinking that I listened to and thinking that this is what I saw on the screen right now, okay? All right, so if that's the case, we understand that the child is with the two stormtroopers, right? I'm making up something. I'm coming in hot on this, so just bear with me. A multitude of stormtroopers, they all have weapons, with Darth Esposito, once again, standing outside, waiting for these three that are trapped inside. You have a multitude of guns with stormtroopers. Why do you have to get a big hand cannon and prop it up with this? It looks like almost like the weapon that Chief had in Predator. The one that spun that Bill Duke had as well, right? Why are you setting this gun up to gun down 3 people when you have a multitude of stormtroopers outside that all have weapons? What the fuck is going on here? Is this play? Like, oh yeah, it'd be really cool if we did this movie but remade it for like... God, I'm such a cinema asshole, but you guys just keep fucking this up. Like, I can understand if you thought the child was in there, but you just showed me a scene of the troopers telecomming in to let me know that he knows that you 2 troopers have the child. So you have to stop, get this thing, set it up, because that's what they're showing. They're showing it shot by shot. Oh, it's going to look cool when we put it on top of the tripod and set it up. And they're trying to find out that there's this tunnel that maybe we can run into, because it feels very much just like this goddamn Western. But you have once again, a number of stormtroopers that all have weapons. Needless to say, this is why, whatever. So now we need the exposition from Darth Esposito to explain to the 3 people trapped inside that they've assembled this huge weapon, and Gina Carano's character, who I don't even understand how he even knows that, well, one, knows her name, and the fact that she's there. The Mandalorian, I can understand that because he's the one that everyone's looking for. Gina Carano's been in hiding, but she's been on the other planet. So how does dude know that this is her, Darth Esposito I'm talking about? I have no idea. But just the fact that you have to do this exposition, this is going to get crazier. He does this exposition about, I have this weapon, it's called the 59, blah, 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 right? And then, prior to him explaining what this was, the three characters inside, they find a little entranceway to the tunnel. Gina Carano grabs this weapon, starts shooting at it. And then that's what leads Darth Esposito to start his exposition. And as he's going into his exposition, Carl Weathers, Gina Carano, and the Mandalorian, they're all stopping to listen to him instead of hauling ass and heading, because they haven't shown, at least to my recollection, I don't feel like we even rewind this back, that she blasted a hole into it. But even still, if she didn't blast a hole and they're still trying to get out, why are you showing them stopping what they're doing to stop and listen to him talk about him having a gun with his team of people who get ready to shoot in? Shouldn't you still be trying to find... Oh, my fucking God. I'm a cinema asshole. Okay, so now he does this big exposition and then tells them, I'm going to give you until sundown to make a decision. And we find out his name is Maul something or other. I'm so distracted by the shit that's going on in this. This is crazy. So, the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian now goes, I know this is Maul something or other. He knew my name. Haven't heard anyone say that since I was a child. So Carl Weathers says, wait a minute, so you were born on Mandalore? And Gina Carano says, oh my God, you see, well, he says, no, I wasn't. And then she says, Mandalorian isn't a race. And he says, and the Mandalorian says, he says, it's a creed. And they do this flashback. And the first thing I'm thinking about is Carl Weathers' Apollo Creed. It would have been hilarious. I think this shit would have redeemed itself if he said it's a creed and it just went to a close-up of Carl Weathers in a flashback of Rocky scenes. It's Apollo Creed. Oh my gosh, this shit would have been hilarious, man. Like it is right now in my mind. Oh my gosh. He just goes, it's a creed. You see a ding, ding, ding. Come on, Stallion. Him and Rocky running on the beach. There's no easy way out. Oh my gosh, man. Oh. And I'm 10 minutes in and I still got another oh my gosh. Oh man. It can't get any worse. It can't get any better. Oh, Bubba Baluba. All right. And the name is Moth Gideon. Okay, wait a minute. So, this is another spoiler drop, so if you did not see this, please lower your audio or just stop. Because this is just crazy on so many levels to me. Alright. So, the android that the other creature fixed has the child with it, and instead of taking the child back to the ship, he takes the child back, or takes the child where there's more stormtroopers with weapons on a speeder bike. What the fuck is going on here, yo? Are these guys doing coke when they're writing this shit? Oh my god, look, I don't even know what this is going to lead up to. But the fact, and they're still referring to this as a child. So you're basically telling me that you're endangering a child. You had a stormtrooper beat the shit out of the child in the pouch. Now you have a robot with the child in the front of the goddamn motorbike. And you're shooting from the motorbike at stormtroopers, but the fact that you have this child sound like some old Bill Cosby right then. This child on this damn bike in a line of fire of other stormtroopers. What the fuck? Holy shit, man. So let it be known that this whole exposition that, damn, I already forgot his name. I liked it better when I called him Darth PIZZZED. The whole exposition about this weapon and whatever basically goes to ish because of the robot, and they end up back, the three characters end up back into another building, which is leading them into the same position that they were in earlier, which is trapped. So now Esposito's like, burn the building down. Like, well, what happened to your big weapon? Like, yeah. So we went from this exposition of you having this heavy gun artillery and that going awry to now they're caught in another building, and now you're going, burn the building down. Why wouldn't you just burn the building down before even having the troopers carry out this box, unpack the box with the artillery that you were just bragging about? These guys on some bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who's listening to this, Lucasfilms, they're on some bullshit. And then we find out the Mandalorian is former Narcos. Now I'm joking. So here's ignorance. We're at the closing of this last episode. So after he crashes, Mandalorian crashes Darth Esposito's plane down, right? He lands. And Carl Weathers is going to the spiel about rebuilding, basically. And he is basically telling the Mandalorian, go out and have fun. And when you're ready, you can come back and basically still be a bounty hunter here. Why would I write in as dialogue, go and have fun and then you can come back, when all three characters were standing in that room, when the lady that headed up the Mandalorian tribe told dude that you have to find a home for the child. No matter what, you're bound to this child until you find its home, find its tribe. So why not write, hey, you're on a mission now, son. You have to find this little guy's family. And you know what? We're going to hold it down here. When you come back, you'll be part of the guild again, whenever you want. Rather than go out, go have fun. That sounds like go out, go bang anything out there. Come on back, go have some kids, bang a couple of aliens, then bring them back, and then you'll still be able to be a bounty hunter under me. I'll end it on that. Peace.